Well, Scotswood Road is Scotswood Road, and it's just a feeling, a togetherness, a friendliness, a pals.
As soon as you see the west end of Newcastle, people turn their nose up sort of style. It's, I wouldn't say the people in this area that's given the place a bad reputation.
Cross on the bottom, have a look on the bottom, and you'll get one free. Okay?
They're not clannish at all here, you know, they'll speak to you, they'll just, hello, how do you do, and so forth, inquire about your health and so forth, you know. They seem really concerned.
Well, I think the people are wonderful here. I've got used to them, and we just get along well. I think there are the most wonderful people in Newcastle in this area.
And they don't try and think, well, I've got more money than who, I'm better than who. They're all nice and, you know, we go outside. I mean, there's millions around here I talk to, and I have a conversation with them, but I don't know all their names. I couldn't tell you their first or their second name, but I talk to them.
Just doing that, like dumping it for band, like, you know.
All I ever saw was friendliness, homeliness. I could never say that I'd seen any reason for to give it the name that it did have.
My husband isn't working. We're on the assistance. I buy a lot of bread, we haven't so many children. And I mean, all mine are good eaters. Everything's expensive, I think, now. There's nothing really you can get cheap. I mean, Chris the butcher, and he does cater for the likes of this area. He has done all for a lot of years. Never puts the prices up. And gives you as cheap as he can.
9 chops and some ingredients, 3 and 6.
Well, everybody spends freely. They're good feeders, and they're not afraid to spend the money. The money comes in regularly each week. I don't think there's any variation from one week to another. It's very, very good. The shop here is up for about 5 to 7 years, and after that, I haven't a clue what I'll do.
It's not going to be worth to be in business in a matter of 6 months' time, because if you haven't got these workmen coming down the bank to go to the factory, you're going to lose 3 parts of your business.
Morning, Mr. Evans.
Meeting Mr. Day. 10:30 Director of Housing Architect.
Yes.
2:30 Councillor Jeff Cox came to see you.
Yes.
3:30 Redevelopment Working Group. 4 o'clock Planning.
Yes.
And of course at 11:30 you're due at Tyne Tees Studios.
That's a full day. Thank you very much.
Bill, where's everyone going to sit?
Well, the City Planning Officer, Mr. Galley, will be in the middle. The Architect, Mr. Cunningham, at the end. Housing Director at this end, and you'll be sitting in the middle over there.
And
good morning, Pat. How are you? Morning, Pat. How's it good, Jim, Pat? Good on, where are you, Pat?
I've lived around here 60 years now, you know. But just after the war finished, I come out of the factory. And I took the window cleaning up, and I found I liked it, and I never bothered going back to factory work at all. So I've been on now about 20-odd years cleaning windows from this district. Of course, I've lost quite a lot with the demolition going on. I used to do them and all. As soon as a tenant goes out, the kids is in. I've seen the removing van go around the corner, and the kids is just pick bricks up and straight through the windows. Then they go in and take the doors off. Every door that's out, every bit of wood that's lying loose goes out. The first thing they think of is the lead on the roof. They're up, and they've got no fear. Just take the lead off and take it to the rag and bone place and sell it.
Coming up on camera 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
0.
0.
Grams.
On 2. Clear 3.
The New Jerusalem, Brasilia, an island of advanced development in an old country, as famous as Rome or Paris, the Venice of the North, a place where children can grow up and enjoy their span of life on this earth decently and pleasing.
And super.
These are the words of the politicians, and they've all been applied in recent years to the city of Newcastle, a city that's being redesigned to the sound of drums and trumpets, a city of the future in which the planner sees his job as being, in the words used by Wilfred Burns, Newcastle's first planning officer, to make people happy. But can one, by taking thought, by building tower blocks, pedestrian overpasses and shopping precincts, can one by these means actually make people happy? Can one build the New Jerusalem with bricks and mortar? And what will it look like when it's completed? Well, part of it may resemble this model, which illustrates what the planners call a low-rise, high-density scheme. This could be the shape that the city of the future will take. With me are the men who are responsible for this scheme at Blakelow. Kenneth Galley, Newcastle's newly appointed planning officer, and Douglas Cunningham, the city's housing architect.
I went to the hospital to have my little boy, and when I came out, I went out to the council because I was so fed up, and they said, here's a key for the flat along Sanderson Street. I says, you're kidding? I says, because I'd already lived in one. You know, when anyone came to the door, you would have to take them in the house if you didn't want anyone to know your business. They're all on top of each other.
I lived in an old house in Alexander Street, just across the road there. And it was a canny little house, you know. Different to these ones. And oh, I'm more happier there. The shoots, especially. They smell terrible in the summer. You can't open your front door for the flies. And the stairs, again, a terrible state. Durham Prison. I call it Durham Prison. Just needs a few bars up the windows and then we'll land it. I've had 15. 2 died. I've got 7 sons and 6 daughters. You can't let the little ones out to play as they go straight down the stairs onto the road. Me, for one, I don't like the place. I hate it. And I was brought up around here. I can't stand the place. He's been down to the council, but it's no good. This is, it's just the people what mean it like that.
Shut up. You will.
I mean, I had a bath and everything in the flat, but I wouldn't have one of those along there. I said, I'll take anything as long as it's not a flat. So he went back and he come back with a key for here. And I wasn't here 5 minutes and I knew everyone around here. You know, they're all friendly and everything. But you can't get no repairs done. It's in such a bad condition. And downstairs it's condemned. The kids have been in lighting papers, little bonfires underneath, and we could have went up in flames. Every Friday, week after week, I go down there and report all this. In the passage wall, that's all damp, all the way up. I'd like a self-contained bit around here somewhere. I mean, if they could say, we're going to rehouse all the street and put this all together in self-contained house, I'd be over the moon with that. Because, I mean, there's a whole crowd who all know each other. I could go to that top man down there. You can go to the Civic Centre and see him any time, and he would listen to you. But if I went, you might say, well, there's the keys, go and have a look at this house, a Bowden or Kent or something. And I would die. I would just die if I had to go up there.
Now I live in 17 Mortimer Avenue, Westerhope. And when I first went to play, 8 years gone November, I didn't like it. In fact, I cried for a few weeks until I says to myself, well, it's a new house you've got and you've just to settle in it. Oh, the houses themselves on the Westerhope, they're marvellous houses to what we had on Scotswood Road. They're marvellous. But since they have went to new houses, they do kind of keep up with one another. You know, if one gets a carpet, the other one will get a carpet. Now, I do definitely like it, but I still come down to Scotswood Road wash house with my washing. Every week, I get the number 6 bus to Clonbur Street, and I've just across the road. I've got a hot point washer, but I like to come down to wash house because you've got no bother at home, and you can do an awful lot of clothes in 2 hours.
Hello. Good morning, Mrs. Morris. How are you? Fine, thanks.
I see still old faces, and we'll have a bit talk, and it seems to buck you up when you come down again and talk to your old friends and that.
Yes. Have you heard about a new house yet?
Not anything yet, but Mrs. Lawson's gone, and there's 2 of the tenants gone. So I'm just waiting to get settled in, and I hope to get away very shortly.
That's
yes.
It'd be a bit of a change to get away from there now,
yes,
and all the places is pulled down.
Well, I mean, I've got empty houses on the side of us now, and on Sunday night we never heard one programme on the television because the children, the boys, strange boys in the area, about 15 and 16, getting in the empty houses and just making a noise and nothing else, breaking windows.